I hope you are as excited as I am to continue exploring the fun and simple secrets to traveling solo. If you have ever shuddered at the idea of going round the world alone, or if you need ideas on how to get the best out of your round-the-world trip, you will find this place useful. In this video, let us get straight into covering 15 factors that every solo traveler should know. Starting with useful advice that will help you to spend less during a journey up to useful information that will make your traveling more easier and joyful. This guide is created to prepare you for a better life full of joy and exciting traveling. Have you ever got lost in the center of the new city and wanted to have a friend with you who would show you the way? Or, have you ever experienced any form of hitches while on a solo trip? We will state those typical worries and give findings that will assist you in moving through it with comfort. Well then, take out your notebook and get ready to discover all the little tricks that will make traveling so much easier and the tools that will set you up for the amazing life of adventure and self-development to come. Let's get started. One of the things that make traveling interesting is meeting friends while on a particular trip. It's a good way to interact with people of the country. Attempting to picture that you are sipping the coffee at the local cafe and having a conversation with the person who was born and raised here, and he is telling you everything about interesting places which are beyond the tourist map. Such interactions are not only beneficial for the journey but the personal development, because one is asked to face new social dynamics. It blends with the locals, people to meet and make friends with, that simply makes one feel at home somewhere new. For instance, one becoming a member of community events or language exchange meetups can be great fun. Also, such friendships bring an added feature of getting to learn a true culture and food, which makes life even better. Another subtle note: every conversation is a potential for gain of new knowledge about the world, and the bumps on one's path are shaping the material for the exciting and successful story of one's life. While on the travel, being wise requires you to take some of the most important decisions considering certain general feelings. Very often people are in situations that look strange, and that little voice that tells you something is off is reliable. For instance, if a specific region appears suspicious, or if someone tries to talk to you inappropriately, it is acceptable for you to leave or alter your course. This kind of awareness does more than help you build your tolerance. It also boosts you up as the source of protection. Unexpected interactions with people can teach a lot, but it is always important to remember about our safety first. Recall the situation when one is at the various markets willing to transact but have a bad feeling dealing with a specific vendor. Instead of dismissing such a feeling and taking a step back would be a better experience, and therefore less harm or loss would occur. Finally, how aware one is of his environment brings about another kind of confidence when moving to strange places, making one travel experience better, and the promotion of the right outlook to life by opening up a bright future for the kinds of beautiful travel moments that lie ahead. One of the biggest advantages of traveling today is the possibility to download offline maps. Think of yourself walking through a colorful city and the last thing on your mind is getting lost or having your phone battery die looking for the next Wi-Fi spot. When gone offline, there is a chance to have an individual and unique traveling experience, which improves the person's personal development while overcoming shyness on unfamiliar streets. That's essentially the idea of the ballooning concept: paying with your time, but using less of your data and getting more out of experiences. For instance, you can derive great benefits from apps such as Google Maps or Citymapper that allows you to save maps in advance just in case you are caught up unawares. Taking this small step can really enhance your travel experience and the stress that may come when looking for a way around. Moreover, having the map in your hand ensures that you are able to find some local niche spots that may be different from those that you see most in-theory tourists, and results in a happy life packed with new experiences. Therefore, always consider the following tips and tricks to make your preparations in case of your next trip easier and hassle-free. Local transportation can really add to your travel experience if done properly, and therefore a little research goes a long way. Being aware of your program, buses, trams, subway, etc., can cut down your precious time and money and can make you feel you are really a high-performance traveler. For example, most cities have free tourist passes that let a traveler go through a city without charging until they are specific days. This can be a good way of discovering a city. Pretend those trams that you would be driving in some other city or country while feeling the gentle breeze blowing through your hair. This is where the spark takes place. Discussions with locals can also teach users about their preferred means of transportation, allowing avoiding the arrival at the most ill-boding destinations as well as learning more about the most efficient routes. In addition, comprehending the local transportation system helps you to gain confidence and independently and correctly make decisions and open the path to the future, which is filled with various discoveries. So before entering the next world, Spend some time and remind yourself how to move through it. It helps to get ready. Travel insurance is one of those necessary forms that may improve your trip dramatically. If you are not sure about the necessity for purchasing the travel insurance, try to remember two cardinal rules of a handsome traveling: convenience and safety. It is not only an insurance against sudden and unexpected sickness and disease, it is the safety net as you set sail. One always hopes not to get sick, especially if they are away from home. With insurance, you don't have to worry lest you end up in hospital with numerous bills to meet. Unsurprisingly, this aspect is often overlooked, some planning to take a taxi and never imagine they might need a car at some point. Life is uncertain, and so should be traveling. For instance, policies of the various insurers and service providers apply to the cancellation of trips, the loss of baggage, and emergency evacuations, which are very useful to the smart traveler. This holding the insurance not only protects your cash, but also adds a positive dimension to your traveling plans by relieving you of the chance's bad side. Therefore, whenever you are preparing to embark on your next adventure, know that this action can help you get a new and improved life with lots of fun. When going on a trip, safety of personal belongings is of utmost importance if you do not want lots of hassle. Picture this. Let's say for some reason you are watching a beautiful sunset at a crowded beach, and the last thing you need is to worry where your things are. As self-protective measures, do not carry along expensive items tucked in the hotel safe, do not wear expensive jewelry, avoid wandering or loitering around unnecessarily. To sum it up, it is all about being a wise shopper when you want to make a provider to yourself and your belonging. For example, it is possible to carry valuables in anti-theft backpacks with pockets that are worn around the person. This simple precaution not only served the purpose of lessening one's stress and anxiety, but also helped to explore the environment around and feel perfectly comfortable while doing it without having always to look over my shoulder. Communication with people can also give you information on precaution measures to take while in the area, making you a tougher opponent when you are a traveler. That's why before planning your next vacation, you should keep in mind that protecting your belongings is the way to a carefree future. Managing your expenses when traveling is essential, and using apps for tracking expenses can and should become quite helpful. Just think of setting off to take a meal at a local restaurant and only getting to know that you have been over budget for the day. You can quickly check whether you are getting a good value for the money you are spending based on real-time data available from free apps such as Mint or Expensify. This practice not only assists in the money stretch exercise, but also assists development as an individual comes to understand more about money. Additionally, when you have planned on the amount of money you required for the trip, then you don't feel the pressure to spend, which in turn can make you create memories for yourself. Speaking to people about their spending habits can also be used to gather information on how to make the best of moments without spending much money. Therefore, the next time you plan your next trip, keep in mind that tracking your expenses is not only about the money, but also about improving your travels and the roadmap to a good life full of great stories that can be told. Before moving to the final part of our solo travel secrets, allow me to share one important insight you should learn from this second part of the series. If you want to change your travel experiences in a big way, are you prepared to apply these tips? Again, each piece of advice is heading you to a brand new life of excitement and discovery. This journey doesn't stop here. This is just a starting point of your traveling solo. After reading this, you should be wondering why not book that flight right now or plan the next trip. To learn more about what we have discussed, write your experience in the comments or ask a question. And still, what you have seen here is just the second part of our cooperation. Don't forget to like the video, and also please like the sound of the notification so that you do not miss out on more information that will help change your life. That's all the conclusions we are able to draw for now. Let's proceed to the next steps then.